Everyone's experience of this pandemic is so different. And I know it's hard, but I think it's important not to judge anyone right now more than ever before, because I have single friends telling me how hard this is because they're lonely. And I would give anything to be lonely right now. I have couples without kids telling me how hard it is to be stuck at home with only your partner for company, and I would give anything to be alone with Kat for just 24 hours right now. And I have parents telling me how hard it is to be a parent right now, and that's the one thing I can actually relate to, because everyone, though, is right. I would love to be alone for a while if I knew I could go back to my partner at any time. I would love to be locked in a room with someone I love and do whatever we wanted to do with each other for as long as we wanted to, as long as we could leave whenever we wanted to. And I would love to spend an infinite amount of time with my daughter Rory at any time you asked me, for as long as I could stop it whenever I got tired or frustrated or bored or over it. I'd love to learn a language if that was the only thing I had to do. I'd love to learn to write a book or write a song or learn an instrument, but you shouldn't feel forced to do those things just because you're alone and stuck in your house. But this is the problem, though. What I'm guilty of at the moment is judging other people that have the things that I don't have, and I think that it makes it easier for them. Like Maddie, I've been guilty of this. You're still going into work, and I admit that every day I envy you, Maddie. I envy the drive that you have. I envy the interaction you have with other people and the few minutes alone you get while you go to work and go home. And I admit I'm guilty of not seeing how hard that must be for you, how hard it must be to go to work in an empty office and not be able to hug or touch the people that you get to see, and constantly forget those rules and slip up, because it's human nature when you see someone that you work with that you want to go and give them a hug and say hello. And the weirdest thing about it is, even in households, the experience is different. Like, my wife, Kat, is lucky enough to still go to her work, and so she gets to go into the world 5 days a week. She gets to get dressed and put on makeup and interact with adults and get a break from the parenting. But that's hard for her too, for different reasons. And while I understand, I'm still envious of, we don't get to have each other's experience while we're going through this thing together. So basically, if you're going through this, and we all are going through this, then I get it. It's hard and it sucks. And I get you think other people have it easier, but just think maybe they don't have it easier. It just sucks differently for them. Wrote a thing.
It's good. And it's true. Everyone else is going through, I guess, a different thing. And it's hard because I find that someone's up when another person's down. And you know when you can't ever remember being as depressed when you are feeling good, and then you can't remember feeling good again when you were depressed? I think it's that situation.
And I think what you're saying, Stav, if someone is happy, you can't be angry at them because they're happy, because also underneath that happiness, that could be a cover-up for
And they're only a day away from
else.
not being.
Yeah, but also too, maybe they're walking in with a smile because whatever it is that they're not dealing with, they don't want to talk about that. You know what I mean? The smile could be a cover for something, so you just never know.
Thank you for sharing.
Stav, Abby and Matt.